The following is sponsored by Virtua. Virtua supports local sports.
Hi everybody, thanks for joining us for episode 18 of the South Jersey Sports Digest Show. Back in the studios of Sterling High School's Channel 19 after the holiday break had us off for a couple weeks. We hope you enjoyed our pre-tape shows that you saw over the holidays with some of the best pre-packaged pieces that we've had on our website over the past few months as the fall season ramped up and came to a close, and we're now on a very cold day here in South Jersey in the midst of the winter season, and things are ready to roll here. And I just wanted to let you know that everyone at South Jersey Sports Digest hopes you enjoyed the holiday season, and we want to wish you the very best in 2015. We hope we can continue to provide you with the best news and sports information in South Jersey, and you can continue to visit our website at www.sjsportsdigest.com. We also want to thank you for watching us in Gloucester County on Comcast Channel 97, the Gloucester County Education Network, as well as on TV 19 in Western Camden County. And we want to thank you for catching those shows Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 10:30 a.m., 6:30 p.m. And of course, you can always watch the show at your leisure on our website at SouthJerseySportsDigest.com, sjsportsdigest.com. Phil Anastasia with Philadelphia Inquirer will be with us in just a minute or two to talk about an overview of the winter sports season, some of the big stories you can expect to see us covering on the web and for Phil in print here as the winter season ramps up. But first, we have a couple of other points of business to take care of. And first off, we want to let you know, if you're not aware already, South Jersey Sports Digest has launched a brand new mobile app for your phone. You can download it now. The best news of it all is it's free, as you see there. Get the new free SJSD app. And with the arrival of the 2015 calendar year, we've released the next step in our sports coverage, one that's sure to bring heightened awareness of the teams and athletes you love to follow. Our awesome new mobile app is ready and available to download free of charge on all smartphones. Simply go to your app store and search for South Jersey Sports Digest. You'll see the app and our SJSD logo. Download the app and immediately search for your favorite teams, as you'll see here in some video. Once you add your favorite teams, you'll see the great features the app has to offer, from schedules and results to rosters, photo galleries. It's all at your fingertips. If you want to know where your team ranks in the conference standings, you can find it very easily without hesitation. Unlike trying to find it on the web or other places, the app ties directly to our website, and all the data on our site automatically feeds the app. You can, of course, as always, we continue to encourage coaches to send us their scores, and we will continue to provide those on our website, as well as now you'll be able to get them on the app at any time. So if you're out and about, you want to find out how your favorite team did, you can quickly, with a couple of quick taps on your smartphone, find out exactly what's going on with your favorite team. And you can, of course, track as many teams as you want. There's a couple of examples of a schedule. As you see Clearview and Hamilton there in Tri-County boys basketball on the left. And that's the kind of the home page, I guess, for your app for your favorite team if you wish to follow Clearview, and you can quickly get to the schedule, results, news, statistics, standings, and more. On the right, you can also get to the team roster, and as we continue to compile rosters and get some input from the coaches as well, you can they can have the headshots on there as well, and of course, as we mentioned, photo galleries as we shoot them and upload them for you to check out on our new free SJSD app. So we encourage you to go online, check that out at your app store, and you can get the very best coverage that we provide here at South Jersey Sports Digest. Now it's time to reveal our first Total Turf male and female athletes of the week for the 2015 calendar year. And with all the early season tournaments and showcases going on, there was a lot of hoops going on and tons of hoops players to choose from. But we settled on a couple who both cracked the 1,000-point barrier. First, our male athlete of the week. You see him there from Cherry Hill East. The point guard, Jake Silpe, who has powered the Cougars to the 6-0 start this season. He scored his 1,000th point in the Cougars' season-opening win over Paul VI. He's committed to the University of Pennsylvania next year, and he's averaging 22 points per game for the Cougars. They picked up a win Tuesday night in a 59-40 victory over Kingsway. And earlier this year, he had a season-high 30 points as Cherry Hill East beat Highland 61-53 back on December 30th. And our Total Turf Experience Female Athlete of the Week also comes from the hardwood. It's Gloucester Catholic junior Mary Gadaka. After committing to her mom's alma mater, Villanova University, just before the regular season began, she's gone on to average 18.7 points per game through 7 games, leading the Rams to a 6-1 record, including Tuesday night's 60-35 win over Wildwood. Gedaka had 21 points in the win. She's already scored 28 points twice in victories over Kingsway and Woodrow Wilson. And in the effort against Woodrow Wilson, she reached the 1,000-point plateau, and that was at the first day of the Washington Township tournament. So there you have your Total Turf Athletes of the Week for our first week of the 2015 calendar year. Now we'll grab Phil Anastasia, bring him in. Phil, Happy New Year. Thanks for joining us as always, and I hope you had a great holiday season.
Had a great holiday, Mike. Great to be here.
Glad to see your smiling face again, Phil. It's been a while since we've been together here on the set, but we're glad to have you in. And you know, as we wound down the fall season, we had some opportunities to speak to some championship teams. We had Washington Township's boys soccer team in here. We had Haddonfield coach Frank Delano from the football squad and a couple of his players in here to kind of talk about their experiences of winning state championships. Now, Phil, we have an opportunity to kind of look ahead at some winter teams and where they have an opportunity, or at least some of the teams that we think might have an opportunity to make kind of the same waves that those two teams did. So maybe we could start off with boys basketball, Phil. And I know that you know, this year it seems to be that parity is a key word. We used it a lot during football season where there was a lot of very good teams that you could kind of put all the names in a hat or a basket, shake it up, and pull 2 out, and you might get a great game out of it because there's so many good teams. And I think that's the same case here with basketball this season.
I don't think there's any question. I mean, I think there's, you know, there's obviously some top teams. I mean, I have Camden Catholic 1, Camden 2, Holy Spirit 3, Haddonfield up there. Cherry Hill East, you just mentioned Cherry Hill East. But I think what has really stuck out, at least through the first 3 weeks of the boys basketball season, is, as you mentioned, the parity and the fact that, you know, on any given night, I think there's about 30, 35 teams that anybody could beat anybody. I mean, I've seen some results early on that have really shocked me. Cherokee early in the season knocks off Camden Catholic. Morristown, you know, knocked off Haddonfield. We saw, you know, just some real surprises. Timber Creek beat Paulsboro. So it's really kind of a year, I think, where there's a lot of good teams. I don't know that there's any great teams yet, although obviously, you know, teams improve as the season goes along, and there could be some that, you know, would maybe merit that designation later in the year. But I think it makes it a lot of fun and really makes it very exciting. I think there's going to be a lot of parity this year, and a lot of games involving a lot of teams where it's going to be a 1 or 2 possession game in the fourth quarter, and that's always fun, you know, for the fans and you know, obviously for the kids involved in that. A little nerve-wracking, I think, for the coaches, but it's certainly fun for us as people that sort of chronicle this stuff. I think it's going to be an exciting year.
Phil, I know you mentioned Camden Catholic's your #1 team, and obviously they've got a couple of key components that some of the other teams in South Jersey don't have. One is size with Cubbage, and one is some good guard experience.
Well, I think they have maybe the 5 best elements of any team in South Jersey right now, and that's the reason I have them #1. I mean, they have you know, terrific veteran forwards in Brendan Crawford and Courtney Cubbage, guys that have been around, guys that play a little bit differently but have been through the wars, kind of complement each other. Brendan can step out and shoot the jumper. Courtney, a great slasher. Jimmy Robinson is a veteran swingman for them. Jamal Parker is probably the least experienced of their players, junior point guard, but tremendously quick player, very difficult for defenders and stay in front of. And then to me, they have the real X factor in all of South Jersey, and that's their 6'8" senior center, you know, Demola Anafade, the kid from Nigeria who's been hurt a large portion of the time he's been here. He's healthy now, starting to emerge a little bit. He's exerting himself a little bit. I saw him against Lenape the other day. He played very well. Had another good game last night against Woodrow Wilson. So they have good elements. They still need to develop some depth. They're not a dominating team by any stretch. They don't shoot it real well, but they have 5 very good elements. And in my mind right now, they're the best team, although, again, I don't think it's a huge gap between them and everybody else.
Phil, last year, Camden, Cherry Hill East both won sectional titles. It took John Valori the longtime Cherry Hill East coach, to switch over to Camden to win that elusive sectional title for him. Camden, he led the way there for them, and they're both among the top teams again this year. They bring back experience, they bring back talent, both of these teams, and you talk about tradition. Of course, Camden has it, but Cherry Hill East has had some good winning tradition over the years too. When you go back to the late '80s, early '90s with Katsikas brothers and along those lines, so two teams with some tradition to them who have kind of slipped off a little bit and have kind of risen back in the last couple of years.
Yeah, no question, and I think both of them are kind of building on what happened last year, which was really a remarkable day that day when Cherry Hill East won its first sectional title in the history program in the afternoon, and then Valori won the first sectional title in his coaching career about 2 hours later. And they both built on that. I've been very impressed with Cherry Hill East so far this year. They really only brought back 2 veteran guys in Jake Silpy and Timmy Perry, but Silpy has just played at a real high level. I mean, right now in my mind, again, it's 3 weeks into the season. He's been the best player in South Jersey so far. I mean, he's played at a real high level. He's scoring a lot and he's controlling the game, and he's like a coach on the floor. So he's been terrific. And then Camden again, brought back 4 starters from last year's Group 2 sectional championship team. Again, a lot of athleticism, play hard. Valori's system is kind of ingrained in those kids now. Brad Hawkins and Jamal Holloway, very, very good juniors who are terrific football players, and Rasul Hinson, a senior who's really kind of emerging this year. So, yeah, I mean, both of those teams had a lot of success last year, and I think, involving these particular players, and they're building on it this year. So it's kind of nice to see.
Phil, maybe 1 or 2 more teams we could talk about. Haddonfield, obviously. Coach Paul Wiedemann's been there for a while now, and he's not an old guy, but he's been there for close to, I guess, 20 years, if I'm not mistaken. And Paul played, of course, at Rowan University, but his dad was the coach at Haddonfield. He's another guy who knows and appreciates tradition and has kind of continued to build that program. Of course, you got the DePersia twins there. That doesn't hurt things.
No. I mean, they have the senior guards, Robbie and Nikki, have been around for 4 years. And Robbie's actually has a little bit of an ankle injury right now. He didn't play last night, so he's nursing that a little bit. But yeah, I mean, they're off to a real good start. They have a lot of guys back from a team that was 28-0 last year before they got knocked off by Camden in the sectional semifinals. So, and Paul's a terrific coach. Everybody knows it. So, I mean, they're a team that I think will be right in the mix this year in terms of the top 10 rankings, and also in terms of the South Jersey Group 2 tournament, and also with aspirations for the state title. So they're certainly a team to watch. And again, those DePersia brothers have been around forever, veteran guys. But the thing I like about them most of all is that even though they're seniors and have a lot of years under their belt, they still play with tremendous amount of passion and hunger, and that's great to see from seniors.
Phil, one other team I know that you've mentioned in some of your work so far in the early going of the season, you've got them among your top teams, Holy Spirit. Now, of course, we're up here in the western part of the state, and a lot of times the Cape Atlantic League sometimes is a mystery to people, but Holy Spirit's a team that certainly is one to look out for.
There's no question. I mean, they arguably could be number 1 in South Jersey. They're actually them and East are the 2 undefeated teams so far. They handled Rancocas Valley the other day, rallied from a 9-point deficit. They've beaten Delsey. Very, very talented team. And they actually lost one of their most talented players who transferred to Atlantic City, and Leon Daniels. But they have John Middleton, who's one of the better guards in South Jersey, C.J. Barnes and Jordan Taylor, a couple 6'6" guys that really can make some noise inside. So, yeah, I mean, they are one of the better teams, and that'll play out over the course of the year, because one of the good things about basketball is almost everybody plays everybody, so you get to see these teams. It's not like football where a Cape team, you really won't see them match up against a West Jersey team. In basketball, it's different, so with all the showcases and all. So we'll see a lot of Holy Spirit over the course of the year.
Some good showcases coming up this weekend. I believe you've got one down at St. Augustine. You've got one over at Gateway with a lot of the Colonial Conference teams. Some of the smaller schools that don't get really a chance to participate in some of those showcases are going to get the chance to play at Gateway this weekend as well. And as we mentioned, St. Augustine with a bunch of teams from all over the place, some Philadelphia area teams, some teams from Central Jersey as well coming down. So a couple of good things to go check out this weekend in boys hoops. Again, beginning on Saturday. So look for those. Again, Gateway and St. Augustine. Let's switch gears and talk girls hoops. And Phil, unlike boys where things seem to be very competitive, and a lot of teams that could kind of knock each other off and really competitive with one another. The girls, I think there's clearly one team and then everybody else, and it's Gloucester Catholic. And that's something that, a phrase that's not unfamiliar to people. It's been said many times before.
Yeah, I mean, this is a terrific team. It's, the amazing thing about them is their best two players, Mary Gadeka and Maggie McIntyre, are both juniors. So they're not going anywhere next year either. But I think Gloucester Catholic clearly has been the best team in girls basketball so far. But, there's some other good teams as well. I mean, Camden Catholic will get their shot at them. Lenape's a good team. Ocean City down the shore is a very good team. So, and again, like in boys basketball, these teams kind of play each other. So we'll see it kind of play out. But Gloucester Catholic had the one loss to the team from PA, Cardinal O'Hara. And they play a beefed-up schedule. I mean, Lisa Gadeka, Mary's mom, knew coming in she had a good team, wanted to play a very competitive schedule. And then, of course, the whole thing with Gloucester Catholic is, the end of the line. Can they get past the Vienna or whoever's waiting there and finally win a South Jersey title, which they haven't done for quite a long time. So it'll be interesting to see how things play out for this team. But right now, I think they're clearly the best team in South Jersey and one of the very best. I think the Star-Ledger has them number 2 in the state, so they're clearly one of the best teams in the whole state.
And clearly making an impact statewide. When the Star-Ledger recognizes you and puts you number 2 and you're from South Jersey, it's saying something, because sometimes there's a line, an invisible line there they don't usually see below it. But Gloucester Catholic certainly making some waves this year in the state as well. Phil, outside of Gloucester Catholic, other teams that you've kind of zoned in on, teams that we should watch this year? Well,
like I said, I think Camden Catholic very good young players. Actually knocked off Gloucester Catholic once last year, though Gloucester Catholic beat them in a rematch. So I think they're a team to watch. Lenape, very good team. Cherokee's a good team. Shawnee. Down the shore, Holy Spirit's always good. And I think Ocean City has a very good team this year. I think they recently knocked off Shawnee. So it's another team to watch in girls basketball. And, right where we are here, Sterling is another good team in the Colonial Conference, although I know they took one on the chin last night from Haddon Heights. But, again, a very good program.
And Lenape-Cherokee, a great matchup Tuesday night. Lenape winning by a point, by a late basket at the buzzer, as able to knock them off in that game. You can read about that on our website. Our Scott Chapelier is covering girls basketball for us. He was there last night. Story has been up on our site since Tuesday night's game, so you could read more about that if you like, as well at www.sjsportsdigest.com. And of course, Scott, a longtime reporter here in South Jersey, said he's all over our girls basketball beat, and he again was at that one, and a very good one on Tuesday night. Phil, let's shift gears. Let's get on the mat. Let's grapple a little bit. Let's talk some wrestling. And of course, when you talk about wrestling, there's the one again, like I said in girls basketball, there's always that other team in wrestling that always comes to mind. And Paulsboro is certainly the team in South Jersey that people, when you think wrestling, you have to think Paulsboro.
There's no question, and certainly this is one of those years. I mean, they have a stacked lineup. I mean, I think they're clearly the best team in South Jersey. Although St. Augustine Prep and Clearview both are very good. I saw Clearview the other night. Wrestle West Defford, and was very impressed with them. Very solid lineup. But Paulsboro very, very strong. I mean, they got the ultimate hammer in the middle of their lineup in Ronnie Gentile as a defending state champion. And, not many teams are able to bring back a state champ, so you kind of count on 6 points every time he takes the mat. But they're solid all the way through the lineup. Again, great coaching from Paul Marina and his guys, and tremendous tradition down there. And, so they're really a team. They're obviously always a team to watch. But I think this is a very good Paulsboro team, and they're off to a great start.
Clearview captured the Kingsway Duels this past weekend. Again, you can read about that on our website as well as some other wrestling coverage. We have Pete DiBiase, the former coach from West Deptford High School, as well as a few other schools in South Jersey along the way. But he's going to be handling our wrestling coverage for us at South Jersey Sports Digest. So feel free to check out what Pete has brought to the table for us and our wrestling coverage at SouthJerseySportsDigest.com. Again, we want to, Phil, when you talk about some of these other programs in South Jersey, you've got St. Augustine always kind of brings it when it comes to wrestling. You mentioned Clearview, and we talked about them winning the Kingsway Duels. And that was a kind of a grueling day. You got, I guess it was 8 teams, so they emerged with the championship after wrestling 4 dual matches in one day. That's always what Saturdays in the winter are all about. These big matches in wrestling.
Absolutely, and these kids from the time they're 8 or 10 years old, they're used to wrestling multiple bouts during the course of one day, so it's nothing new for them. And Clearview obviously was able to emerge with victory in that in a very good competition. They're a very, very solid team. I mean, they won the state title, Group 3 last year. They're up in 4 this year as wrestling is going to 5 groups now. So they got some. They're gonna, they'll be in deep water if they make the states again, because Phillipsburg's in 4, but that's way down the line. But Clearview is in the middle of a great run right now. They really are. I mean, like I said, they won a state title last year. Very, very solid team this year. They'll wrestle Paulsburg later this month, and we'll see how that plays out. But separate from Paulsburg, they are a team very much to watch. Ed Lenkowski, top senior 160, Mikey Van Brill, 132 junior, terrific wrestlers. Guys have really had a lot of success in their career. But they're a solid lineup all the way through. The thing about wrestling is it's not like you can have the one great guy like in basketball that can dominate the ball. You have to have a solid lineup all the way through, and certainly Clearview falls in that category.
Certainly more of a, you got to rely on all those positions to come up with that win in wrestling, and that, despite the individualism of it, it's still very much a team effort. Absolutely. Too, and that's what makes team wrestling very interesting. Of course, you have the state tournament with the individuals as well, and that's down the line with districts, regions, and of course all culminating in Atlantic City with the state individual championships. So we will look forward to that in March, but we've got a lot of time between now and then, and lots of South Jersey sports to cover for you between now and then as well. We also want to remind you we've got swimming coverage on our website. We had a recent big meet between 2 boys teams, Morristown and St. Augustine. Morristown, the Quakers, with a victory. There's a story on our website about that. And Charlie Sprang, those of you who are in the swimming community are very familiar with Charlie. He's covered swimming for a number of years throughout South Jersey. We're happy to have him taking care of our swimming coverage this winter season at South Jersey Sports Digest. So again, we encourage you to check out all the content we bring your way at South Jersey Sports Digest. You can visit us on the web. There you see our address. Follow us on Twitter. And we have to thank you for all the follows we've gotten on Twitter. We went from 0 in April to 4,000, over 4,300. We're approaching 4,500. So, there's obviously a thirst for South Jersey sports coverage, and we thank you for joining us along the way as we have taken on this new venture in just 8 months and continue to grow and grow and grow. So we thank you for joining us at South Jersey Sports Digest. I want to take a moment to thank Phil Anastasia for joining us again here on our show, coming to you from Sterling High School's Channel 19. Once again, I'm Mike Shute. Thanks for watching South Jersey Sports Digest. We'll see you next time here back from the Sterling High School studios. Bye-bye.
The proceeding was sponsored by Virtua. To learn more about Virtua Sports Medicine, go to virtua.org/sports medicine. To schedule an appointment, you can speak to a personal navigator at 1-844-678-7001.